So good morning, and today we will be looking at some semi-abstract work. Not completely abstract, because I personally find that quite hard to do really. I like to have something that I can base my work on. So we're looking at some work that's inspired by Black and Matisse. And we're going to start off with Matisse, and this is him here. So some images of his work. This is the snail. To me, it's just a load of big bits of paper on a very big bit of paper. But apparently it's a snail. These obviously are slightly more obvious what they are. So this is sort of more semi-abstract. Now Matisse, his speciality was actually making his own watercolour paper. He would paint large bits of paper and then cut them out and use them, which of course you're more than welcome to do. But for today, we're just going to be using coloured paper that is in your pack. You can use bright colours, you can use more muted colours. If you wanted to use the sugar paper, that's the rougher looking paper, and that's fine. Any of them, and anything from your collage pack. Remember, we're using these artists as a starting point, but it's your work and it's entirely up to you what you decide to do in the end with it, and what you come out with. So we're going to do a little bit of cutting out really. So I'm going to use my rabbit as a starting point. So I'm going to be creating a rabbit in sort of this kind of style. So you can actually, rather than just the plain blocks. So I'm going to give myself a green background, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the rabbit out in blue paper, and I'm going to use my carbon paper. So there's my black carbon paper. Obviously you can do it freehand, you don't have to use carbon paper, but I'm just showing you one way that you can come up with an image to use if you're a little bit nervous about just having to go freehand. And obviously it's only semi-abstract, it should hopefully resemble a rabbit at the end. So I'm going to draw around some of the shapes that I can see. So I'm going around the inside of the ear. Obviously this is quite blocky, don't try and be too precise. And then I'm going to maybe draw around this bit. So what you're doing is you're breaking up the shape of the rabbit, and I'll just do one solid ear here. So you're breaking him up into sections which you will then cut out, and I think we'll do his eye separately. Actually, might do the eye in a different colour afterwards. Let's have a look. I think I will do his little face bit here, like that, and then this section of his head. I'll do all of that as one big section, I think. Like that. So just breaking the rabbit up into blocks that you can cut out. So I'll be cutting out this bit, this shape, and this shape. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, it's just getting the idea, the shape of the rabbit. I think I shall break up his legs a little bit. Like that. And then this bit here. I'm sort of making this bit up, this sort of cartoon style rabbit, like that. You can put it into a few very big blocks, you could break it up into smaller blocks, it's entirely up to you. I think that will probably do for him. Oh, I might put that bit in there, and a bit there. So here we go, so we have a basic shape of a rabbit. So I've got my scissors and cut him out. Put him down like that. You could do different sections of him in different colours if you wanted to, like Matisse's snail was done in lots of different coloured blocks. So you could do that, that's absolutely fine. You don't even have to do it in just, you know, plain colour. If you wanted to use colour, some collage from a magazine or something, you can do that. I actually probably struggle more with abstract because a lot of my work tends to be more realism. Often I find it quite hard to abstract things out. Like my rabbit is fairly realistic. You could abstract it more if you fancy it. Trying to remember where your bits go. There. And then you just, once you're happy with the rabbit shape, and then it's just a case of gluing it down. You can add additional bits to it. I go back to this image here. play with it a little bit. I would also, if you, as you can see with the figure, she's quite contained within the shape, so you could cut it down so it's quite, so that the image fills the entire piece of paper. It's up to you. Right, I'm going to pause the recording for a minute and then glue my bits down and come back in a few minutes. Okay, so I've glued my little pieces down, and I've decided to give a different coloured eye, so just cut out a little piece of card to stick on there. I'm not so keen on the fact that you can see the black lines of the carbon paper, so when you were sticking it down, it would probably be better to stick it down the other way so that those bits are hidden, but I've kept them this way up so that you can see the comparison between the actual photo and the art piece, like that. Let's stick his eye down. It's quite sweet actually, it's quite effective. You could abstract it more if you cut out the shapes but actually shifted them around a lot more so that it skewed it more. That would be another possibility. You could add additional pieces, like with the figure, the dancing figures, got like little, almost like little stars in the background. What could you put for a rabbit, carrots in the background maybe? So I'm playing around with a few possible other pieces that could be added. Maybe just cut out some random pieces. This could be similar to grass. Thinking maybe I might put a sun or a moon up there. I'm just drawing around a circle to make a circle. If you're a bit wobbly at cutting out, that's probably quite a good thing when it comes to semi-abstract work. It's going to abstract it more without you even having to try. Remember, when you're cutting things out, cut them out, arrange them before you stick down. I think I might put that there. Maybe it's a little bit cute, but never mind. I'm not sure that Matisse would approve of a cute rabbit. Doesn't matter. There we go. Matisse inspired. I think they would make quite nice cards actually.